Hey everybody, I'm Phil Lamb. Welcome to P22 Cars. I'll be your virtual cars and coffee buddy with all the content I got that's coming out on here. If you haven't been to a Cars and Coffee, I recommend you go. It's like a car show with people you don't know. If you're an introvert, I'm your guy, and that's why we have this content. All right, so let's get it on. So the channel is a car enthusiast channel. I've been a car enthusiast since the 80s, right? So Trans Ams, Grand Nationals, Fox Body Mustangs, that was my thing back in the days. I didn't have a mullet. I couldn't grow it that well. So, but I will say that I still have some car content that I'm going to start with from cars that I had in the past that I don't have anymore for whatever reason. I sold or upgraded or did whatever, but I still have that content. So it's like unopened Christmas presents, and I want to show that to you. So, like, subscribe, and comment on any of the content that you see that we're doing. And with that, we're going to need a catchphrase. How about this? Nah, that's already been used. And now. Yeah, that's already been used too. Hey, check this out. Showing you my 2022 Acura NSX Type S. This is number 298 of 350. It's in Long Beach Blue Pearl, and I love it so far, and I'm going to give you a little walk around, a little bit about the car, some of its history, and we're going to go through some of the things I like. At first glance, this car is just geometrically astonishing. The 2022 Type S facelift with the splitter and more aggressive front put the cherry on top for me, improving the aesthetics in the silhouette. One thing I would have liked to see is the front lift system for the vehicle from the factory. I believe there is an aftermarket one available now though. This particular model has the lightweight package, which saves approximately 50 to 60 pounds and provides carbon ceramic brakes with the carbon fiber additions. The Long Beach Blue Pearl is one of my favorite colors on this car, and it just glistens from every angle as it blends very well with the carbon fiber additions such as the splitter, the roof, and the GT3 inspired rear diffuser as you see here. Also, a quick plug and shout out to my auto detailer and rapper Randy Channels at Late Not Sprayed Vinyl Wraps in Fredericksburg, Virginia. He did an amazing job with the PPF wrap, and it shows on camera. Fun fact, Michelle Christensen was Acura's first female lead exterior designer and innovator of the second generation NSX design. My humble opinion, this is one of the best looking timeless sports cars on the road. The interior isn't extravagant, but it's tastefully decorated in Alcantara and leather bolstering, with carbon fiber accents along the steering wheel and the instrument cluster cowl. Just like most high-end sports car, the infotainment system leaves a lot to be desired. Small price to pay for happiness. Seats have NSX embroidered headrests and a red accented seatbelt. The headliner also boasts Alcantara underneath the carbon fiber roof, and there's a lot of hints of Acura Honda pieces in the car, such as indicator selector and infotainment unit. If you're above 6 foot tall, don't expect comfort along the rides, but then again, that's not what this is made for. Overall, the interior is meh. Moving on to the engine bay, we have a 3.5 V6 twin turbo that is almost completely covered in carbon fiber. It is aesthetically pleasing, and the charge pipes do have a cool Tony Stark looking cover there, but other than that, you won't see much. No car review is complete without a good exhaust rev, am I right? Before we get into that, I want a caveat. This is a hybrid. It's a V6. You're not winning any rev battle stock with this car. Now, are there aftermarket parts like exhaust and downpipes that may give it a bigger bark? Yes, but stock, it's serviceable. Let's take a look. So what'd you think? Underwhelming or satisfying? Or in between? Let me know in the comments below. There are, as I mentioned earlier, some aftermarket parts if you're willing to spend the money to give it a little bit more bark. With that said, let's move on to some tails of the tape. Looking at the tail of the tape, it's been over 30 years since the time the 1991 Acura NSX rolled out to the time that the final edition of the 2022 Acura NSX Type S has debuted. With that, good luck finding it at either one of these prices. Both would be a bargain at this point. By the way, the 2022, that's not including the lightweight package. I have not seen a 2022 on the market for less than 200,000 without significant mileage. So, if you can find either one of them at any of these prices, you might want to swoop and pick one up because you're getting a bargain. The engine itself is slightly increased in capacity from a 3.0 liter dual overhead cam 24 valve to a 3.5 liter dual overhead cam 24 valve. The power has significantly increased, however, at the cost of weight. I think it's still a respectable power to weight ratio and it's still fun to drive. Your manual transmission has improved to a 9-speed dual clutch automatic from a 5-speed manual or a 4-speed automatic. It's still a 2-door, 2-passenger mid-engine car. However, the 2022 is now all-wheel drive. Oh, by the way, it's a hybrid electric, not a naturally aspirated. Your EPA mileage is similar. No love lost there. Your length, width, and height have all increased from the initial rollout, and your wheelbase is also wider. The weight itself is significantly increased, but again, the power to weight ratio is still respectable. You're probably thinking, thanks for the tell-tape, Phil. I can Google that. But how does it drive? I'm glad you asked. But why hear from me? Like, I'm biased, right? Let's hear it from Cousin Mike. As Cousin Mike passes Mexico on his trip around the earth, let's wrap it up and discuss what's on the horizon for the NSX. One thing I did not cover was the 0 to 60 and quarter mile times. So depending on which source you derive your information, the 0 to 60 time ranges from 3.2 seconds to 2.7 seconds, along with quarter mile times in the 10-second range. So if you owe Dom a car, this one meets the criteria. I know, I'm dating myself again, but hopefully you pick that one up. So looking at the future, I found an article on electric.co that displays an image Acura design leaked, showing a glimpse of the future electric sports car lineup that could potentially be the next generation NSX. I have my reserves about all electric vehicles, but the performance of an electric vehicle is hard to argue. It'd be interesting to see where the NSX platform will land, which is reportedly in 27 or 28. So until then, I hear Science of Speed makes a pretty good turbo kit and plenty of aftermarket goodies to keep you busy. Let's face it, regardless of what generation we're talking about, NSX is a pretty amazing vehicle. I'm super excited to see where it goes in 27 or 28. Also, thanks for sticking with me. The next episode, we're going big. Hint, hint, right? Please leave your recommendations in the comments below. I'll try to accommodate as I go through them. And stay classy.